I'm Jared Gelbert of the Dapper Den in Ridgefield, Connecticut. Today we have Blaze, which is going to be getting a fade with a beard shape up. So pretty much what we're going to be doing is disinfecting all pretty much the tools I'm going to be using. I'm going to start my fading process real quick, which is going to be the top fade line first, and then we're going to do the bottom fade line. Now we're doing the bottom fade line. Doesn't have to be perfect because we're going to be fading. Everybody has their own techniques. I like to do pretty much guidelines. Still just cleaning up all this excess hair. Like I said, it doesn't have to be perfect because we're going to be going back in to fade that out. Now I like to pull off a little bit, get rid of some of that excess so it automatically starts to fade in. I'm going to go in with my 1.5 because we're going 1 to 1.5 to 2. And in between, I pretty much have my own fade clips that I like to use that helps me out when I'm blending. I'm switching to a 0 clip from Andis. I like that in-between clip that really helps get rid of the bottom line. You can start to see things blending really nicely. You might have to take off and massage it out a little bit while you're doing it. So I'm pretty much hitting the line, pulling off, like kind of seeing out. That's one of my techniques that I've learned over the years. Now he's going to do more of a gentleman style where it's comb over a light part, not too drastic. So right now I'm just taking down the back area, and the front area will be pretty much cut down with scissors and texturized. I'm just going down in clip size right now, just to continue the fade. So I'm dropping from level to level. So pretty much I'm going to leave a 6 up top, half of the calic, and then we're going to fade back down to the 1. Pretty much fading back down to what I started with. Now we're down from the 6 to the 5 to the 4, and I'm at the 3. And I will be touching this up, like I said, with shears for more blending and texturizing.
But you can smile, man. You can act like you're having a good time.
He really is a nice guy, I promise. I'm going to do a little more fading, and then I'm going to switch over to scissors. Even though I did these areas, I like to go back over it. Work with curvature of his head. Now it's the same level but a different clip. I tend to see different manufacturers have different levels of their clips even though it says the same size. So I like to go in between. It really helps me fade. Now I think before I go back to the top, I'm just going to clean off his neck. Before I do that, I'm going to make him a little more comfortable. Right now we're going to be moving on. Before I hit the top, I'm going to be outlining the neck and a little bit of the beard just to get some of the hair cleaned away. I'm going to be using the The Babelist Pro, however the manufacturer likes to pronounce it. I kind of like this because it has like 2 speeds where you could slow it down, and the ends are really wide to be able to work with stuff. So this doesn't have to be 100% either, because I'm going to go back in with a Pro foil. And then later we're going to go back in with a razor. Now I'm jumping ahead with the wall Profoil, also using the Andis Profoil every once in a while, going back and forth. Pretty much taking the Profoil and going all the way up to the line there. Hopefully Blaze will tell me if it's irritating him at all, because people have sensitive skin. I know his neck area is very sensitive. So there's a bunch of different techniques that people use. Sometimes it's just better off not to use a straight razor. I'm kind of going back and forth because I never do anything the way I should. I'm just going to clean off the back of his beard here, and then we're going to jump back into the top, and then I'm going to jump back into the beard. Just because I have this out pretty much. Doesn't have to be perfect. I'm pretty much going to go back over everything. So pretty much, this is the Remington. I call it like the cheater. It's got the same thing as the Profoil, but a smaller surface base. So you're able to get into these little crevices like you wouldn't with the other one. So this is like my cheater. This is going to get a lot of the hair out of the way. So if I decide to go back in with the razor, it will be less irritating.
17 months?
Normally you don't have to do this, but you know, I like to do it because it takes away from the irritation. So pretty much now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a little length off the top and texturize it. Everybody has their own techniques, whether it's a dry cut or a wet cut. I go semi-wet. We're going to be finishing up, we finished up, excuse me, with the fade. Now I've wet the hair. I'm going to be scissoring in, taking a little length off. Everybody has different techniques. What I like to do is pretty much the scissor over comb, because I like my knuckles. Plus at this length, it's so short that even getting in there, it's not a big deal. This doesn't have to be perfect because I like to go texturize and whatnot afterwards.
Please finish it.
So with the gentleman's style that we're doing for Blaze today, it's going to be blended in on this side, and the other side is going to have somewhat of a
Scissors now, okay?
drastic part,
Scissors, yeah.
soft part. Pretty much going with the shape of his head because the fade is so low that even if I get down here, nothing's cutting. So I'm just going all the way up with the curvature of his head again. Like I said, everybody has different techniques. Do what works for you. So now we're going to be using the Hattori Hanzo, if I'm pronouncing it wrong, sorry. I like these scissors because there's a lot of space and it really texturizes, and it's kind of like a point cut without sitting there and point cutting it. So I'm just going through the whole top because I want it choppy. Got to be careful because it does take off a lot. Some people go wet, some people go dry. This is kind of in between. Like I said, everybody's technique is different. I leave a little more length on the side here. Kind of angle cutting it. Laying down and working with the cow. Now obviously he has a couple of problem areas, so we're just going to work with those and make it more natural. Instead of trying to fight it, we're going to work with it. Okay, now we're gonna be jumping into the beard. Kind of like the way this is looking. We're gonna kind of put some product in that and spike it up as well.
Okay, now go scissors.
Go back, relax.
No more clippers, alright?
I'm gonna clean up the bottom here, but I'm not gonna use a razor because he's a little sensitive. We'll see while we're going if I could get it done. Now he wants the sides in, but he wants to leave some length. I'm just kind of going with the grain, laying everything down. I'm just going with the curvature of his face. I'm going to freehand a lot more, but I'm going to go through the clips right now on the sides a little bit. And then I'm going to fade that out a lot more later. Just going to get some of the bulk out of the way. And like I said, I like to use all different manufacturers' clips and all different manufacturers' clippers. Try to square off the bottom a little bit, give it a little more shape.
What's your phone? You have to screenshot it and then put it in. But when you block that in. It's not on the commercial. The empty everything.
Charlie drinks milk too? Yeah, chocolate milk. I drink chocolate milk. Whoa.
Now, like I was saying with his neck, it's got a couple of swirls, it's going in different directions. I'm going to try to tackle it as much as possible. I mean, normally Blaze does let me use a blade, but I don't know if I feel like irritating his skin too much tonight. Trying to get most of the hair off so it doesn't irritate. I'm going to start with the Pro Foil, get it as close as I can without the irritation. Finished all my lineup work. I'm gonna do a little pre-shave. I still don't know if I'm gonna hit the neck, but I'm gonna hit the pre-shave so it softens up the hairs and irritation goes away. Plus, Blaze likes the way I rub his face. Now the towel is a little warm. Right, Blaze? Is that burning?
No,
okay.
we're good.
Gonna let this sit for a second. So now I'm just pretty much rubbing in that
Black Sabbath.
pre-shave.
Ozzy.
We'll put a little gel on there, shaving gel. I like to use this product because you could actually see what you're doing. Now I'm doing the wet shave, and then afterwards to finish up I'm going to do a dry shave. Okay, I like to use this gel pretty much so I could see the line work and go all the way to the line. Sometimes, like what I just did there, I created my own line that wasn't there. So I kind of freehand the shave as well. Now I like to leave the mustache a little natural. So what I do is I find that little crease area and then I follow through.
Oh yeah.
Checking to see if it's symmetrical. Now I see it's starting to get a little irritated down here. I'm gonna lightly go over it with the grain as much as possible, which I am against right now.
I kind of be going too early. Yeah. I would could. The beard. Oh, oh, I hate it. Yeah. Slapper.
All right, so now we're gonna lift Blaze up. I'm gonna kind of touch up some of the areas that I need to touch up.
What's that?
Pretty lights.
Okay.
Pretty lights.
Word.
Like that vibe.
Word.
Like chill, like down tempo.
Yeah.
Like,
Looking him into the mirror right now to
You
see
can line it for high J.
if it's symmetrical, what needs to be shaped up.
Like big G.
And then I like to do a new clean blade, even though it's only him.
This one.
oh shit.
On the 20,
It just seems to clean up a lot better afterwards with a little dry shave.
Whoa. Dude, I had a dream last night. I'll tell you later. Gotta pee.
So, next up, I got 4 Vices, which is a sea salt spray. Not only do I really like the design of the bottle, but it works really well. You just put a little in, and then we're gonna rub that in, and that's gonna help me straighten out his hair, put a little texture before I put the oils back in. Some people like to use combs, brushes. Everybody's a little different. So I'm pretty much just shaping the beard the way I think it should go with the curvature of his face. Product is helping me do that. And his face is going to be a little dried out. So now what we're going to do is we're going to use a little beard oil. Put all that stuff back in. Give it a little shine. Now we're going to be styling his hair with a little pomade. Kind of just warming it up in my hands a little.
You won't lose your hair if you have nice hair. That's why Jared lost his hair.
Thank you. Yours ain't
Nice.
too bad yourself.
Nice.
Now we're going to use a little powder just to get the remainder of the hairs off and irritation. I'm just going to blow the hair off of the client as well. All set. Thank you.
Photographs of the director of Manchester United, who just got fired over the Sailors' last name.
See you later.
Jose.
Thanks again from the Dapper Den.
Thanks for watching this video. Beardbrand has launched a private community called The Alliance. It's for men who are looking to invest in themselves and who are looking to keep on growing. Click the link over there and come join us, or stick around and watch some more awesome videos.